Welcome back to Treasure Quest Mining's weekly treasure hunt series. My name is Angeline, and I'm going to be your tour guide. Each week for our treasure hunts, we walk around the shop, select 10 treasures, tag them with a little blue dot, and then that treasure is 20% off for the week. Sale periods run from Friday to Friday, so this week's sale starts on September 26th and ends on October 3rd. If you're local to the Apex area, we invite you to just come on by and shop the shelves. But if you're not local, that's not a problem. Simply give us a call or send us an email and we can hold that treasure until you can get here, or we can ship it out to you. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get started. All right, we're going to start off our treasure hunt by picking one of the 3D prints over here to the left when you walk in. So this entire 3D display, all of these treasures, all of these little toys are printed in-house. And we have quite a large prehistoric animal collection. And the newest one that the artist released this month is the Brachiosaurus. And he is so super cute. And we thought he would be a great one to feature for this week. So this little Brachiosaurus will be treasure number 1 for this week. And he's $15. And he is lots of fun. And he's posable and movable. And you can play with him. And he's really cute. And a nice addition to the 3D collection. So there we go. He'll be treasure number 1 for this week. This little Brachiosaurus. All right, treasure number 2 is going to be directly across from that area. We're going to focus over here and pick a singing bowl. So we carry singing bowls in several sizes. We have a 7-inch size. Those are $68. A 6-inch size, which is $46, a 3-inch brass bowl, which is $38, and then a colored bowl set, which is 3-inch bowl, and the little carrying case is $32. So I think for this week, let's pick what I would call medium. So we'll pick the 6-inch size. These singing bowls again are $46, and I like purple. So we'll pick this purple one. It looks kind of like a darkish blue, but it's considered purple because we also have a blue one. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the camera down and then I can play this little bowl for you. Okay, so the easiest way to play these bowls is to try to hold them flat in your hand, because if you cup them, your hand's gonna dull the vibration. So you wanna try to hold the bowl flat. And the technique that I use is I will strike the bowl, and then you wanna keep the striker as constant pressure around the rim of the bowl, and that will keep the sound going. So here we go. Let's see if I can do it in my first try. And so the longer you hold it, the more it'll play, the louder it'll play. The more pressure you put against the bowl, the louder the sound becomes. So this is a really good one to start our week off with as treasure number 2. It has a fun design inside. So this singing bowl is treasure number 2 for this week. And it comes with the striker. And for treasure number 3, we're gonna go right over here between the 2 cases and beeline it to the wall. And we're gonna pick a piece of moonstone. So moonstone is orthoclase feldspar, so it has a really cool shimmer effect when you tilt it in the light. Moonstone and labradorite are what I would call sister stones, and moonstone can be found in a variety of colors: peach, yellow, blue, black, white, all kinds of cool colors. And I think we'll pick one of these black pieces. I love the black moonstone particularly. These pieces are from Madagascar, and they have this very crackled appearance to them. And when you catch that shimmer, it kind of takes your breath away. It catches you by surprise. So let's pick a piece. Ah, there we go. There's that shimmer. So this piece, we'll just go ahead and pick this one. This is treasure number 3. This $28 piece of black moonstone with an incredible shimmer in there. I love that. Very nice. And it has a variety of colors in this piece as well, with the red too. So this is a great one for treasure number 3 for this week. For treasure number 4, we picked a moonstone. So let's have a play on words and let's pick a moon-themed sun catcher. So we have a few sun catchers here, and we have 2 that are moon-shaped or moon-themed. And I like this one because it has the moon and the sun, and it has all of the colors of the chakra and these cute little sun catchers, which will cast rainbow prisms around your room. This is a pretty one. So this one's a $26 piece. It's a beaded sun catcher in a sun and moon and chakra and all the good vibes. So this one's perfect. This will be treasure number 4 for this week. Okay, and so for treasure number 5, we're gonna back up and spin around and head to this cabinet right here. And we have a lot of stone carvings, so I wanted to pick a stone carving. If you've been following along and if you've gotten to know us over the weeks, I love when they carve a rock into an animal. That just makes me so super happy. I'm a big animal nut, and so I just love when we have these figurines. And these owls keep catching my eye, so I think it's because of the pattern. So let's pick an owl. They're all 3 the same price. They're $20. And I kind of like the guy right in the front with the blue nose, the blue beak. So let's pick him. So these owls are hand carved in Peru. Whoops, I just dropped the price tag. And they have these little metal feet, and the little metal feet are glued to the rock base. So you do want to be careful when you pick them up that you don't always pick them up by the bird. And I'm pretty sure I just demonstrated to you what not to do by picking it up by the bird. But anyway, so his body is carved out of a stone called rhyolite. So there's rhyolite. And then the blue nose is sodalite. And then, of course, his eyeballs are synthetic. But he's so super cute, and he's a great little treasure for this week. So he will be treasure number 5, this little hand-carved owl from Peru. Okay, we're going to head down the hall to pick treasure 6 through 10. And I went ahead and opened the cabinet door because I wanted to pick a piece out of this cabinet. Specifically, we are going to pick this single remaining piece of blue aragonite. Last week we chose a piece of sea art, the glass blown art, and we've chosen moldavite before. So this week I wanted to pick this blue aragonite piece. We were able to get a very, very small collection of specimens from Mexico, and this is the very last one. And I think she's overlooked when she is in the cabinet to make sure that it stays nice and safe and doesn't get damaged. It's a $48 specimen, and I just don't think the camera can capture the beauty of this stone. So hopefully you can see some of the shimmer and the way the light refracts when it hits these crystals. So beautiful little specimen of blue aragonite from Mexico. And this will be treasure number 6 for this week. Okay, and for treasure 7, we're gonna head over here and take a look at the fluorite again. So I know we have featured fluorite quite a few times, but we've expanded our collection of the Nigerian high-grade fluorite. So this fluorite material is really, really amazing, and it's often coated in, well, it's cubic structure, so that's cool. And then the pieces that we have that we tend to pick out are the pieces that are often coated in quartz crystals or pyrite. So, and we were lucky enough to be able to add more to the collection and get a bunch more smaller pieces at a more affordable price point. Of course, we have larger pieces here and in that glass cabinet we were just in, and then the really big specimen up there. That one's coated in quartz crystals. But for this week, for treasure number 7, I am in love with this piece. It is a $36 specimen. Check out the amazing cubic structure, but what I love the most are all these amazing little pyrite crystals on there. So you gotta love a piece that has fool's gold, right? Super cool stuff. So this piece of fluorite, which is highly fluorescent, is $36, and it'll be treasure number 7 for this week. Okay, and then for treasure number 8, we're gonna just bump right over here to the obsidian shelf. And we do have polished pieces and shaped pieces on this shelf, but we also have this super cool piece of obsidian in the raw. So we're gonna pick this one as treasure number 8 for this week. And it's got some heft to it. It's pretty heavy, but you can see the naturally cleaved sides and then the raw sides, which are awesome. And let's find that price tag. So this piece of obsidian is $24, and it is from Mexico. And it's super cool to just have a raw piece of obsidian in your collection. And some people use it to do some flint knapping and make things out of, but it's also a cool display piece. So there we go. This will be treasure number 8 for this week. Okay, and for treasure number 9, we're just gonna pivot to our left and pick a wind chime. And so we have several wind chimes. We have the glass wind chimes that are made in Indonesia, and we also have the seashell wind chimes. So let's pick a seashell wind chime. We have, these little guys look like jellyfish to me, but let's pick this one. So this is a $24 wind chime, and it has lots of different tropical colors, and it makes this really delicate sound. I love it. So these little, I don't know what the right word would be to describe these, but the little circles are cut out of the window pane oyster shell. It's also called the Capiz shell, and they're used for lots of different art pieces, but you can see it is a very, very thin shell, and you can see through it, so that's why they call it the window pane oyster. And it's absorbent, so it will absorb dye, so they can dye the shells. But they're they're quite sturdy actually, and do well as a wind chime, and they make such a beautiful, delicate sound. So that's a great treasure for this week. So this will be treasure number 9, just in time for gift giving season. A Capiz window pane oyster wind chime. And for our last treasure, we're gonna head over here to this side, and I wanted to pick a piece of jewelry, and this little piece is sitting here just ready for us to pick it. So let's pick this piece. This is a pearl necklace set in a sterling silver bezel set, and it's $46. And this is what would be described as a blister pearl or a Baroque pearl. And that just means that it's an irregular shape, and it often forms when the animal creates the pearl along the side of a shell. So this is a beautiful piece of pearl, $46 sterling silver pendant, and I just love it. So there we go. It's a great way to end our week. This is treasure number 10. It's time to retrace our steps. And that'll do it for this week's treasure hunt. Thank you so much for shopping with us. We hope you have a wonderful week.